Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Hey.
Why this beat so crazy?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Continuing to bring you the breaking news coverage of Charlie Kirk murdered in Utah at his event. The Utah governor calling it a political assassination. We've heard already from President Trump. We'll play that out for you a little bit later, just in case if you're just joining us here on Live Now from Fox. But really, the big news since this shooting, though, is that the suspect's still on the loose. An active manhunt is going on right now in Utah. Before, they did have a person detained. They were questioning that person, but then we hear from FBI Director Kash Patel saying the subject in custody has been released after an interrogation by law enforcement. Our investigation continues, and we will continue to release information in interest of transparency. So I want to obviously continue to talk about this. Let's bring in.
This is a turning point. Buckle up. I hope everybody that's tuned in right now that you are blessed, well, and healthy. I want to tell you guys that I love you, that I hope that you are in good spirits right now. I know we're all taking this in. We're processing this, you know, and you know, it's kind of like you don't want things like this to be real, you know. But this is the reality. Something bigger is here. I just want to take a moment of silence. We send our prayers, our thoughts, condolences. Charlie Kirk and his family, his wife, his kids, a mother that has to tell her little babies, Daddy isn't coming home. And they was there at the rally. You know, and little kids, they probably don't know how to process it. And I just want to just send my prayers, my love, my thoughts to that family. But this is the turning point. This is the turning point. Buckle up. Now we have huge updates and just in news. We told you guys we're gonna try to stay on top of everything. Sorry, we had to step away a couple of hours ago after this took place. And finally we found peace, you know, and I'm just here to tell you guys that I love you, no matter what side you're on, no matter if you believe this or that, no matter if you're a liberal, conservative, Democrat, Republican, independent. I want to tell you that I got love for you. You know, even if you disagree with me or don't like me for this, I still want to tell you that I love you. Even if you leave a hate comment, if you unsubscribe, I want to tell you that I love you. God is love, man. I know there's going to be some people on here that can't accept what I just said, and it's okay. I can live with that. But I want to tell you that I love you. And we're going to keep spreading this love, man. I'm sick to my stomach to just everything, and I feel like there's something bigger. There's something. It's but we have some bombshell news, and millions of people are not going for this. There's so many people saying all kind of things, and I'm just going to get into what everybody's talking about. Kash Patel saying You know, they had a suspect in custody. Now, 2 suspects have been released. People are saying they were distractions. This wasn't a lone hit. This was a paid hit. This was this. This was that. The CIA. So many things being posted right now as the manhunt continues for the assassin. But I want to just read what people are saying. This is a professional. A single shot and disappears. I would never believe the guy was acting alone. Still on the run, broad daylight from thousands. I can't believe this. This wasn't the act of a lone wolf. It has all the indications of a planned and coordinated hit with an escape strategy. And we even have Candace Owens. Candace Owens posted this, and as y'all know, the relationship between Candace Owens and Charlie Kirk. Prayers, and again, I know there's some that are saying this about Candace Owens. There's a lot of y'all might have stepped away from Candace Owens on her recent takes and recent things that she's, you know, done and got herself in, and you know, again. But Candace Owens, I still want to just send my love, prayers to her. She just posted 5 hours ago. I can't believe this is real, which a lot of us feel the exact same way. We just can't believe this is actually real, but this is the reality. But Candace Owens has now opened up a full-blown investigation, and I kind of want to just stay up to date on what she's going to come out with, and I'm going to bring probably a video or covering what she's covering, and we're going to stay on the top of this. But there was a private jet under the tail number of NAAKG left Hoover Airport an hour after the shooting. Suspiciously 30 minutes into the flight, it drops off at ADS illegally and reappears headed back to Mobile Proximity. So an hour later, the plane turned off its radar. Again, people are saying all kind of things, and I'm just gonna put it out there. You know, we're not saying this happened, we're not saying this happened, but you know, this is what saying. And Candace Owens said, if anybody knows anything about this, please comment below or email me. And here's, you know, Candace Owens puts her email out there, and she also says, I can't process this, you know, but we are definitely going to stay on top of this. But people are saying it was a hit job. A professional apparently did this. From now on, a drone should be used in every huge crowd outdoor event as part of security measures. It still doesn't feel real. I can't believe this happened. Rest in peace, Charlie Kirk. I want to know who recorded the shooting on the roof and did zero about it. Just like the Ukraine young female came here to America to be safe and gets murdered, and the fake news tries to twist the event so sad. The arrests were just like that, fake. So the real shooter has time to fade into the shadows. I believe more people were involved. We still know nothing about the Butler assassination attempt on President Trump. We want accountability. Wow. Yeah. If I really want to say what I really want to say, I'm telling y'all, man, they might take this thing down and the video might be way too long. What a disgrace, man.
We begin this morning with a Fox News alert. Right now, a manhunt underway for the assassin who shot and killed conservative political icon Charlie Kirk during a campus event in Utah.
The 31-year-old co-founder of Turning Point USA was struck by a single bullet roughly 20 minutes after taking the stage for his American comeback tour.
People around the world are mourning the loss of one of the driving forces behind the modern conservative movement, many praising him for creating Turning Point and the impact it has had on the American political landscape.
When did you form Turning Point?
In June of 2012.
And why did you call it Turning Point?
You know, at the time, I felt as if we were kind of in a generational turning point. I said, hey, I think we could do a better job of reaching young people.
Yeah.
And now we contrast what we've been able to do, largely thanks to the movement that President Donald Trump has built. We've kind of been riding that energy and that momentum with where the Democrats are now currently. I mean, the tables have completely flipped over the last decade. And it goes to show that this patriotic revival is being led by the youngest Americans. That should give everyone a lot of hope.
We are going to be talking to young conservatives across the country this morning who are reflecting on Kirk's legacy. To countless young people, he was the voice of their generation, pointing to his iconic campus visits where he would open the floor to debate on top political issues. You are watching Fox and Friends First. On this Thursday morning, I'm Carly Shimkus.
And I am Todd Pyro. Let's get straight to Matt Finn, live from Orne, Utah, with the latest on the man. Matt.
Todd, it is calm and quiet here on campus of the Utah Valley University right now. Just a stark contrast to the horror that ripped across this campus not long ago. And if I step off camera right now and we push in, you could see a terribly grim scene. You might be able to make out the outline of that white tent that Charlie Kirk was inside of when he was fatally shot on this campus. I believe it might have been a part of his Prove Me Wrong table. This was all a part of Kirk's American comeback tour. He had planned to attend several other universities and college campuses around the country in the coming weeks and months. Right now, the shooter still at large. 2 suspects were taken into custody, but both were released. The FBI set up a tip line. Authorities say the shooter appeared to be in all black and on a roof. Here is dispatch audio describing the suspect.
Going to be wearing all black, black long gun, black tactical helmet, a black mask, possibly wearing a tactical vest and jeans.
The Utah Valley University Chief of Police says 6 police officers were working this event in addition to Charlie's personal security team.
They had somebody granddaddy screaming. They had somebody grandpa on his knees. He's screaming, shoot me, shoot me. In jean shorts. Like the first thing that came to my mind, I'm like, that he just, they done paid him or something. He just a distraction. Ain't no way. I know y'all seen the, I said, ain't no way. There's no way. You know? And then you seen the deranged liberals saying, oh, look, it's a, Charlie got killed by another Second Amendment white person. I seen people saying, "Oh, we live among some disgusting people, man." You know, as soon as they saw that guy there, they said, "Oh, look, Charlie got killed by the Second Amendment old white guy." And people ran with that. People actually, y'all seen it. People ran with that. I tell you, people run with the first thing that they see, the first thing that they hear, the first thing that the fake news media says. And they did all this brainwashing, fear-mongering, gaslighting. And that's why so many people are like this.
3,000 people packed onto this campus to listen to and engage with Charlie Kirk. Utah Governor Spencer Cox calls the shooting a political assassination.
But I want to make it crystal clear right now to whoever did this, we will find you. We will try you. And we will hold you accountable to the furthest extent of the law. And I just want to remind people that we still have the death penalty here in the state of Utah.
So the governor reminding people about capital punishment here in Utah. A manhunt is presumably underway right now, but here on campus it is very calm. Not even a large police presence here right now, and pretty much anybody in the public could walk onto this property if they wanted to. We've been talking to sources, getting updates from law enforcement, and we will keep you updated hour by hour. Carly, Todd.
And Matt, you just mentioned what you're seeing right now in terms of a police presence. But as you were driving into town earlier this morning, late evening, did you notice police en masse in the area? In other words, were they going door to door on campus, potentially looking for this individual, or was it as quiet as it is right now?
That's a good question.
You know, I did not see a huge police presence driving into the campus or even on the campus. They were really just kind of blocking some traffic earlier, but now it's remarkably calm. I mean, if you were to walk here right now, you may not even realize what happened here yesterday. Fox did learn that police were going door to door in nearby neighborhoods, asking people if they saw anyone that they did not recognize, but no major update there. A source that I talked to, a federal source, said that of course there are things happening behind the scenes right now, but we just don't have any major updates, and we have to wait and see what law enforcement brings us.
Well, we lost a generational talent yesterday.
We're able to speak into it clearly, and I thought this was a fantastic opportunity to be up really, really close, to be able to witness all the amazing dialogue that was going to be happening on campus. But unfortunately, very, very soon after the question and answering started, I heard a very, very loud pop, and I looked to my right and I see Charlie Kirk, his body shake and blood begin to pour down from the side of his neck. At that point, his security team was able to get him down and then evacuate him as quickly as possible. And essentially chaos then ensues that you see from the videos. People hit the ground, many of us anticipating multiple shots, and after a few moments of realizing that thankfully that wasn't going to come, grabbing people and running to the nearest evacuation point.
What were you thinking, Cooper, as all of this was unfolding before you?
To be brutally honest, I was thinking about Butler, Pennsylvania, immediately when it happened. I thought, oh my goodness, this happened again. And it was, as you can imagine, the shock and awe of everything. You have to take a moment and a second to concentrate and get your mind right. And those few seconds of silence, waiting for multiple gunshots, gave me the opportunity to try and say, like, hey, there's people around us. We gotta start moving. Yeah. And thankfully, directly in front of me was the location where most of the police presence was, and where Charlie came in from. So there were vehicles there, and we were able just to start grabbing people and pushing them towards that direction and get them somewhere safely as fast as possible.
Man, Cooper, I think we're all thinking about those similarities. And President Trump loved Charlie, but this hits even closer to home for him because of what he went through at Butler, Pennsylvania. And one of the things about Charlie that made him so influential and so important is because he, during these political events, would say to the crowd, anybody who disagrees with me, come forward first. I want to debate you. I want to use words to advance the civil discourse. If only the shooter had done that. Where does this leave us?
This leaves us at a fork in the road. My biggest concern at this point is that I fear that there won't be change to occur, where one political side of the aisle is allowing the rhetoric and to raise the temperature in this country to say that, hey, this is okay to have this kind of these kind of promotions of active violence. I have seen this a lot escalate in the last several years. When I'm on campus, there's a lot of the time where students come up to us and they call us names, they try and rip up our signs, they say bad things to us. And for most of us, we really just kind of brush it off. We think that there's like, okay, yes, we've heard this a million times before. There's only so many times you can call us a Nazi, racist, and we all know that that's not true. But at this point, there are many people that believe it. And it only takes a few people that are deranged, that believe that, to then gain the will and the courage to perform an act of violence like this and ruin the day and the lives of thousands of people that were there.
You're right. We are at a crossroads, at a fork in the road. But we do know one thing for sure, and that's that Charlie is with the Lord right now, the Lord that he loved, and that should bring us all who knew him and loved him comfort. Cooper Brown,